I borrowed only a room to shelter from an old rain, to fold the city's restless wind into the far corners of night. Quietly I gathered the fallen pieces of myself, never knowing there would be you the threshold. You always stood where the light could not quite linger, tall as silence, like a wall that had forgotten its voice. But when you smiled, spring stirred awake in the dark. Of my heart began to thaw. You said you were tired, yet carried your weariness like velvet, like a tree holding back the storm in its branches. And when you stepped into the light, could keep such tenderness beneath his ribs. You sat beside the window, sunlight spilling over your shoulders. I turned away as if I hadn't noticed, but my heart kept every golden detail. Strange the way fate bends through all its crooked roads, only to place you before me while I was still running from my storms. There is something stubborn in you, something gentle in the way you disappear, like folding your thoughts into the sleeves of your coat, leaving unfinished words for another crossing, letting silence bloom where language falls apart. You opened pieces of your world to me. The quiet creases life leaves behind, and I began to understand that even those who smile like sunlight must sometimes walk alone through the longest hours of night. I am lonely too, which is why I know the shape of your silence. Not every closeness must be named before it grows. And when you stepped into the light, something in me softened too. Who knew warmth itself could carry old wounds and still explain. When the rain falls, you do not run. And somehow when you are near, the world feels lighter, and even my restless heart learns the shape of sleep. I did not come here to came to outrun an old shadow, but fate has its quiet humor, planting a tree inside the frame of my window. Don't ask me yet where my heart is going. I walk slowly because I was lost for far too long. But if you are willing to keep standing in the light, perhaps one day I will walk beside you. And when you stepped into the light, I quietly confessed to myself, the world is not always cold. Sometimes there is someone who makes it feel like shelter. And when you smile, it is almost too beautiful to bear, like sunlight spilling by accident into an ordinary room. If fate were an unsigned letter, you would be the page. I could never bring myself to close. There is a tree by the window, and beneath it light, and in